Hey guys, good evening everyone. Welcome back to my channel. This is Miss JD for another episode of our daily stock market insights. In this video, I'm going to talk about your requested stocks in the Philippine market. So I have here the comment section of my YouTube studio. So yesterday I created two videos. It just talked about how we should properly set our stop loss in eToro because um, I experienced something the other day, and that was a very good learning experience, especially when a stock goes gap down and you've set your stop loss at a certain area. So apparently, if there's a gap down, you will lose, or your stop loss level will not be applied. So that's the main essence of it. So if you've set it at 6% stop loss and there's a gap down, when the market opens, you won't just be losing 6%. You will be losing whatever amount there is at the onset or at that time when the market opens. So that was a big realization for me in eToro. So just watch that video so you know what I'm talking about. Uh, I also would like to thank Cesar over here for his request. I'll be discussing that MONDE for Ramon, LTG, and MPI for Mabel. There you have it. So I have here the screen, and let's start with the index. Okay, so here for a March 1st performance, we have set another green day for the index, so that is a good one. Although we are still following this channel over here. So as you notice right there, that is your downtrend channel. So we are still within that downtrend channel. However, just observe that we are currently seated at the resistance area. One, because we are just right here at the MA20 line. Or two, it is following this path right here. So let's find out tomorrow if there's another green positive action for our index. So if it ends or it starts above that channel, then that's a breakout of the downtrend. Then that's a good thing. So we want volume as well to start building up. In this case, it's just flat right here. So in case there's a rejection or retracement, I'm looking at this level as our support. Okay, so I don't know. Good thing that the Philippine market is already recovering. I understand the current situation in Ukraine and Russia is still not progressing in the direction we want. I know they had. I saw an article, or yeah, an article about. No, it was ANC who reported it today. So the peace talk happened, but there wasn't really much progress. So that's a big sigh on our part. People in both countries are affected. Okay, economic sanction in Russia, even though we know that it's Putin who's initiating all these, but the country as a whole is suffering because of the sanctions that the entire world is imposing onto the country. On the other side, in Ukraine, lives are lost. So it's, see, no one's really winning this war either way. Now we're back in the Philippines. ALLHC. Okay, so ALLHC in the past 4 days, you had an a rally to the upside. However, just know that over here we are right at the MA20 line, and this could act as a resistance. So you know that when we're moving below that channel, your MA20 normally would be your resistance. And in that case, today we ended red. So chances are there will be a continuation tomorrow, and then we'll just plot our support at the area where it previously bounced. So we might just be retesting that before it takes off again. So my outlook here is watch for it around the 458 level. So see this? This used to be a resistance, and this used to be a support. So know that when you are about to recover, sorry. So when you're coming from a resistance, when the sentiment is going up, you're of course you can easily break that, and then there's is a chance that when it's already going down, your previous resistance will now act as a support. And when it drops again, your that level could also be retested. And this time, in this case, it's going to be a support. DNL. Guys, I'm doing just technical analysis right here. I may not be able to uh or I don't know everything about these stocks, especially in the news or disclosures they have. So please fill me in, add commentaries in the comment section, and share what you know about these companies, because that could influence the next movement of this stock. Okay, so in the meantime, I'm just going to proceed with technical analysis. So in this case, so each time you see a chart, the first thing you need to do is locate the support and resistance. So just the same exercise that I'm doing right here. And right away, I see that your support is at the 792 area. And the next thing I'm going to do here is recognize which channel the stock is moving. So in this case, it is respecting this channel. Okay, it is still in a downtrend, right? While we had a green today, although there's foreign selling that happened. While we are green today, we cannot deny the fact that this is still downtrend. Okay, so you still have some room for the price to move even higher, but just know that there is again MA20 right here, so it could also experience some rejection right there. But if it's able to cross, then the next channel to next area for resistance is around this level, because that's your downtrend channel right there. But the moment overall it goes beyond this line over here, then we could be changing the direction. But on the way up, there are some resistance areas where it could trigger some pullback or retracement. So but the best thing overall right here is because this has dropped significantly. 792 is still my support, uh, still at a very cheap level. So that's the main essence right there. My take is, what are the chances of a high buying sentiment? In this case, I don't see that happening as of yet. Look at the volume. Even if this is a green, there's a big possibility that it could retrace because there's not much volume. So there's not a lot of people who push the price higher. So this could just be, you see this 244. What if 244, 10% of that or half of that are people who really moved the price, and then half of them will exit tomorrow. So we don't know. It could just easily pull it back, right? So the volume is not that much. ATN. ATN, we know that ATM rallied so much here. Good job for those people who were able to ride this. So this is a pattern that I love the most. Whenever you see a Bollinger Band that is constricted, start watching that. Start putting it in your watch list. And the moment it starts triggering on that direction, then chances are there will be a continuation. You see? So, but now, since it has already pulled back, we already have a new support right here. I'm going to put a line. This is the new support. And this is your resistance, your MA20 line. So even though this was a green today, we got rejected, okay? We got rejected at the MA20. So don't expect too much. There might be a pullback again that will happen. So in this case, let's try to plot it right here. So that's your triangle. So we might experience some pullback, maybe like this. We'll have a pattern that looks like that. And we have to watch out, is it going to move higher or is it going to break our imaginary support? Okay, so that's the movement that you need to be in the know. So if it moves up right here with, let's say, good volume, then go ahead, add more to your position. But if it breaks down, then just know that it might revisit this area again, 0.54 as your next support. So those are the key levels. Okay, I'm giving you both possibilities and then some next steps that you can take in the event it goes in that direction. Okay, but for now, I am looking at the possibility of respecting this triangle over here. Okay, because each time it recovers, we are creating a lower high. But this is your support. So let's see if it is going to create a lower low, and that could take a week or two. Okay, so that is our sentiment right there. MONDE, according to here, Ramon said, "Thank you, Miss JD. I always watch your videos. Thank you. Please update on a sudden surge of MONDE today." Let's first, so this was the other day. Let's check out the news. So yesterday, there wasn't any influencer of that big movement, but let's see what is in here. Wala. Wala. Here. Download. Okay, so this is the attached file. It's okay. When is this? Okay. Not much, right? I don't see anything. This is a bit old. Okay, just a minute. Wala eh. Not much of a news right there. Baka may nag-push lang talaga nito. So I think that's my take. No wonder we had a gap down today. It was a 4.96 gap. Okay, parang ganito. Pero we don't know what happened. Pero interesting to ah. This one over here, you had some good volume. Hindi siya nag-sustain. Nag-drop pa siya. Pero when it dropped, the volume of the decline did not really, it's not that much. So baka there are still a lot of people holding on to this stock at this level. So let's just acknowledge the support first. This is your support right now. So now that we are on the red, it's a red day, we might be revisiting that. Okay, so don't expect too much first. I'm not expecting a lot because this is your channel. Sige, ito, resistance mo yan. So, like what I created earlier, baka gaganito muna siya before it breaks out. Ganyan. Okay? So, no volume. So, baka babagsak pa siya. Pero 1477 is our support. It's an area. O, see? Kita mo? Kita mo to? This is your resistance. This is your support. So, that's a strong support right there. So, if you are bullish on this stock, then catch it. Abangan mo siya as near as you can sa 1477. Could be a little higher, ha? Okay lang yan. Because it's an area. But if you are the type of trader who cuts his loss cutting losses will only work if you're able to execute that really early in the game. Kasi pag malaki na yan, sure loss na yan. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Next is LTG. LTG also got rejected at the MA20 line. So this is your channel. Okay, so that's your guide. So we might go back further, but you had 6.6 million on foreign buying. So let's try to measure that first with our Fibonacci retracement. Baka lang, this is just a temporary retracement and mag-recover din siya agad. Okay, so I will make it bigger. Ito siya. Okay, so kita nyo to. There's a pullback. Okay, but it broke this first line. So the next area to watch out for a possible bounce is 9.46. However, if that gets broken, next stop mo is 9.38. So if you're on the aggressive side, pero not really recommended because that will fall under catching a falling knife. These are the possible areas where it could bounce. So my recommendation here is just wait for it. Don't rush. Wait for that green candlestick to come out in this area, so that will confirm the bounce. Okay. Normally, gagana siya. Ganyan. Okay. So just plot that. Locate the lowest point as your first point in your Fibonacci tool. Drag it all the way up. Put it here because that's the highest point in the short term. Lalabas na to. Okay, so that's the area where you need to watch out for. MPI. MPI is just taking its time with 7.9 million on foreign buying with 1,200 trades today. So I just say easy breezy lang tong walk ni MPI. This is our nearest support, 3.79 being our support area in the short term. So if you want to add more, this is one of the cheaper blue chip companies in the Philippine market. Sideways lang siya overall. Oh. So that's our support. Okay. Resistance wise, depende sa mo. Depends on your gameplay. You can do range trading as there's a short-term resistance at 392, or you can plot again another area of resistance at the 4 peso level because you had several days where it dropped right here and you got rejected. So those are the key levels. Otherwise, you may also opt to stay there long term so that this becomes a stock in your long-term portfolio. Okay, so that is it for now. Feel free to request. Okay, I'll add dito because this is my stock. Okay, respecting dito is respecting your MA20 line. There you have it. Very powerful talaga yung MA20, no? So this is your channel, and we are now respecting an uptrend. Okay, so seeing that you already have a lower here. When it moved up, I used the wick. I still consider that it reached that, dropped again, but this time around your low is higher than the previous low, and then it went up again. This time it's higher than your previous high. So ganyan ang uptrend. So at this point, if it is going to recover and move up again, eto muna, this is the channel that it will respect. So let us say you entered, as near as you can to this area, you're increasing support. So lagay natin, dito ka nag-enter, no? Dito kasi resistance to eh. Dito ka napasok. Tapos dito ka nag-exit. So that's a 20% gain. Okay? So ganyan lang. Uptrend. But then again, time will come that it'll break the trend. So we don't know when that is going to happen, but for now, in the short term, mas masusunod siya. Okay, still very cheap level. Okay, so now I think that's it. Go ahead and request. Also share some information you may know about these stocks that we just talked about, and I'm sure we will also learn from you. In the meantime, thank you for watching and have a great evening. Bye bye.